So the role of the law in mediation is one in which there is some complexity, because mediation is a non-adversarial environment, which means that we're making decisions based on legal aspects, emotional aspects, notions of fairness, things like that. So what is the role of the law in mediation? It's twofold. First, we want to consider that the law is not automatically a bad thing, right? We don't want to stick our heads in the sand and think that the law is something that's automatically divisive. So what we do is we bring the law in as one option that people can mutually agree to if it works well for them out of many options. So yes, we take a financial view. Yes, we take an emotional view. But there's no reason to hide from the law. There's no reason to not understand, okay, if we were in a legal environment, then what would happen? And surprisingly, every once in a while people say, hey, is that the law? Well, that's great. Why don't we do that? So it can end up being something that actually helps to bring about agreement. And also, another aspect that's very important is that it really helps people evaluate whether they're going to get their best possible outcome in mediation or not. Because one thing to remember is that a mediator is not here to manipulate people into getting a certain outcome. Like, I'm not here to say, this is what I think should happen, and then so I'm going to mush these people towards that. Actually, quite the opposite. I'm supposed to stay uninvolved. I'm in the way of having opinions like that. These people have their own values. They have their own interests. They have their own perspectives. So what my job is to do is to educate them about what the law is, and then enable them to say, you know what, based on the choices that my soon-to-be ex-spouse is offering me for agreement, contrasting that with the likely parameters and spectrums of what might happen to me in a legal environment, I'm going to get my best possible outcome in here in mediation. Or, fortunately or unfortunately, I'm going to get my best possible outcome outside of this process and in a legal environment. So what the law enables us to do is, one, again, it gives us great ideas. Like, hey, if this calculator for child support works well for you, the law's not the boogeyman. Great, let's use it. And when people leave a mediation process, ideally what they're able to do is say, I understood what would have happened to me in a legal environment, and I'm making informed consent to either choose that or to choose something different. And if I do choose something different, I'm going to be able to articulate why and what that is. So again, the law is something that can be very positive, even in a non-adversarial environment.